Oh my god, I can't wait for this movie. So Dubro Party Massacre 3 is based on a 5-second film that John Worley came up with. I think it was John Worley and Sandoval. They keep saying I was at this screening for Slumber Party Massacre and Black Friday, but Alright, so Worley came up with this idea about, instead of the women being objectified and killed by a crazy sexual deprived male, it is now the men who are being objectified and sexualized, and it's a female killer, a sexy female killer who's the monster. And how the men are actually terrified of women in a certain aspect. And so we shot a 5-second film called Dubro Party Massacre 3 in like 2009, around Halloween. Yeah. And then, it was fun. We thought it was really goofy. And then about a year later, we're like, we should make longer content. Let's shoot a joke trailer. Well, what would be a really funny one to do? Well, we already shot... we were trying to pull back from the catalog that we already had, and Dubro Party Massacre 3 actually is a mini trailer in 5 seconds. Let's just make that into a 1.5-minute trailer. We even used some of the footage from the 5-second film. Mm-hmm. And so we shot this whole trailer, and it was a lot of fun. We never thought we would ever make it into a real movie. We just did it as a goof. And then, last year... we were like, let's make a fucking film. Let's do this.
Well, because we decided to bring 5-second films, the daily production of 5-second films, to an end. As of this coming and Halloween, which will be our 5-year anniversary. A lot of stuff had kind of been going really good for us, and we're like, well, we don't want to be doing this, and then the end of 5 years we end it, and we're just standing there like, what do we do next? Mm-hmm. So that's why we started, that's why Uproxx Video got set up, because that's going to continue going after 5SF, and that's when we decided to make a feature-length film as well.
Yeah. Mike puts it best that we took every rule and advice about an indie film, everything you should not do, and just shat on it.
Everything that I learned before making Chronicles, we were throwing out the window. There's so many fucking characters. The principal rule, this industry was built on a single location with 5 characters being killed. That's why Sorority House Massacre is so cheap, because all of the characters are in one location, kill them off, you're good. Mm-hmm. And we're like, no, we're 5-second films. We have 74 speaking roles.
They did a budget
they're all
breakdown.
In different locations, all over the fucking place. I think well over 100 locations. Because it's just insane. I mean, it's like Kentucky Fried Chicken or Kentucky Fried Movie style of
there's a plane crash. There's a giant lake with underwater city.
Yeah, there's
where all
an underwater
these bodies
city
are.
filled with thousands of dead bodies.
That's my favorite.
I can't wait for that.
I can't wait.
That's my favorite scene in the entire film.
Yes, mine too. I fought so hard to keep that.
Tom wanted to cut it.
I was like, nope, no way.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Let's talk about Kickstarter.
Okay.
And what did you do to... Where are you right now? You got 8 days left.
141,000.
Yeah.
And we have 8 days left to get 60,000. We've done a lot of research before we jumped into the Kickstarter. Uh-huh. We spoke to so many people. James Ashby from Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereal, who's run several successful Kickstarter campaigns. Freddie Wong and Brandon Latch.
Yeah,
and Matt.
From Video Game High School. And the guys from Cyanide Happiness.
Cyanide Happiness, yeah. And we're like, what should we do? And we learned from them their advice.
We learned from them, and we also looked at their numbers. We looked at people who are about our size in terms of viewership, subscribers, stuff like that, how many views they got, and then how much money they asked for and how much money they got. You know? Cyanide Happiness asked for $150,000, but they... ended up raising $800,000, but it's also theirs is animation, you know what I mean? But their home site, which started off as webcomics only, not video, has a way bigger following than ours.
They're probably 30 million views a month.
Yeah, so it was all we had put it into perspective a little bit, be okay, we're not gonna raise $800,000 the way that these guys did because their viewership is way bigger. But we have and everyone really felt that we had a dedicated enough fan base, and with what we needed, $200,000 is because we're still intending on we're still bringing our own resources and money into this. It's just in terms of Kickstarter, so that we have a sizable amount of money that we can be yes, we can really do what we want. We can make that underwater city. We can have all the prosthetics to rip people's heads off and pay the makeup artists because as much as we're willing to do this out of passion, lots of times a lot
of people got to pay rent.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone has to pay rent. And, a lot of those technical positions, if it's an issue between working on something that you like and where you're your friend versus turning down a job that day that's going to pay you
$750
exactly.
per day. Yeah.
A lot of people, which you have to understand, will say,
Can't afford to do that.
guys, I'm sorry, I really want to help you out, but I got offered this job and I got to take it. You know?
And you're going to do it SAG ultra low budget? Or?
We're actually going SAG new media deal.
Oh, okay.
Because it's
Which is what goes in the distribution in a little bit, but we're going new media.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it will be SAG, yes, because we have SAG actors in 5SF, and obviously Patton Oswalt and Peter Stormare and all of these people who want to be in it.
What are some of the
SAG.
best tips you got when about setting up Kickstarter? Because I heard the bulk of your funds come the first week and then the last week.
Yes, that was the number one thing that we got, which was you get a huge spike in the beginning, and then kind of nothing, and then a huge spike at the end. So when we planned out our Kickstarter, we planned out to have, basically like stunts and events going on the entire time, which is where the live streamathon idea came in.
4-hour-long streamathon.
And so it's like, so we specifically structured it so we had kind of this initial huge burst. We made these kind of polished videos, and then the second week, we started showing these kind of more like personal, confessional, like us talking to the camera, being like, hey, I'm so-and-so from the group, and this is why I'm passionate about this project. And then in this now third week, we did the big live streamathon stunt, which like brought in like 15K. It's probably
it brought in
$17,000
in 24 hours.
Yeah.
So we got $10,000 just straight from the actual 4 live stream, and then we posted that on our website so people in Europe could see it.
Yeah, and now over the next of this last week, because we now have 8 days left.
8 days left.
We're gonna dole out the highlights from that show to kind of because not everyone's gonna be like, Jesus Christ, a 4.5 hour.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. 5-second film
But like
to
we
5-hour film.
yeah. But there's like an amazing interview with James Ashby, and so like we take that. James Ashby from Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereal, who is great with Kickstarter. So we take that little interview, release that so people can just watch that.
And there are some sketches.
And there's sketches and stand-up comedy and musical performances. We dole those out. And it's not also our last week, so we're Facebooking and tweeting and going mad. And everyone gets to see, 8 days left.
Shit.
6 days left.
Yeah.
4 days left.
And we're really pushing it on our YouTube audience because we have 300,000 subscribers, and that's how can we get a hold of these people? It's like we have to hit their inboxes with new videos. So we have to constantly remind them, like, these videos are coming out.
Yeah.
So I think 30% of our funds have come from YouTube, and then like 28% has come from Facebook, from our friends and fans. And then it's like 16% from Twitter.
Yeah.
And
we got lots of shout-outs when it initially started. Like, we tried to contact everyone who kind of had been good to us. Entertainment Weekly did a write-up on us. New Media Rockstars did a write-up on us.
MTV.
Uprocks featured it. MTV Blogs did a write-up. There's a lot of cool
Cracked.com.
online press. Yeah, Cracked. We have a video up right now, and they did a scan on Cracked to support it.
And these are people that have just covered you in the past.
Yeah,
yeah.
They're friends and people
Yeah.
that like our work. And
either press people who like us or friends who happen to have jobs at Press Junket.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
and then some of the advice we got about the Kickstarter is basically a lot of your prizes should be from the $5 to $50. You should have a bunch of prizes between $5 to $50 because a lot of your fans, probably won't be able to spend more than $50.
Yeah.
And
the other thing that they kept in mind was like, but don't be so quick to mail stuff because you have shipping costs.
Yeah.
So basically, everything on ours from like $1 to $50 or something around 40 maybe is all downloads, like digital downloads of the years of 5-second films, of the Dude Bro Party Massacre itself, of the artwork, of the posters, of behind the scenes,
the documentary,
utilizing your already existing library of content.
Exactly. Yes. And then once we go past $50, I believe. I don't have it right in front of me, but it's around that area. That's when we start mailing you the posters and mailing you the DVDs and mailing you the Blu-rays, and it's still a lot of the same stuff.
Okay.
You can still have all 5 years worth of 5-second films. You can have the Broterian collection of Dude Bro Party Massacre 3, which includes, we taped that initial table read. You're going to get a cut down 2.5 hour version of the streamathon. You're going to get fucking hours and hours worth of content. And some tiers you download it directly, and some tiers we actually mail it to you, and it comes in a cool case. And some tiers above that we sign them, Okay. And then we have like our angel kind of like the people who are really down to throw like 2,000. Like once you get up to that larger amount of money, it's like, well, for $2,000 you can be like a co-producer on the film, which is what Patton Oswalt did.
Yeah.
Oh, and you get to be in it.
You get to be in it for a certain
Yeah. So that was how we guaranteed Patton Oswalt could be in it, because he paid us to be in it.
Wow.
So I don't know if we can actually legally pay him.
I don't think we can. I will have to look into the legal of it, but I don't think we're allowed to pay him to be in it because it's like a reward on Kickstarter.
You can't
There might be some like weird legal issue.
You are not allowed to give money as a reward.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. That was the thing because one of them was we were going to
for $600 you get a $300 gift card to Sizzler.
Yes, that was one of our prizes. For $600, we'll buy you a $300 gift card to Sizzler.
And Freddie Wrong said, "This is funny, but no, you can't do that."
Yeah, like it's against the rules. You cannot offer payment as a prize.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can pay Patton.
We'll have to. Yeah, we'll see about that. But we're
I hope Patton's lawyers don't listen to this podcast.
I can't wait for Patton to be in it. But yeah,
it's gonna be amazing.
So yeah, and then you add little more prizes and rewards as the Kickstarter goes through. So we added rewards for $5, which is one of the lowest rewards. You get your name in the credits. That's it. Special thanks. But we said, hey, for $5 now, you all get year one download.
Yeah. So everyone who just did kind of because Kickstarter is a $1 minimum.
Right.
And a lot of people were just like, well, I'll just give you $1. They didn't get any prizes, but they're like, oh, here's $1.
And they upped it to $5.
Yeah, and they're like, ooh.
So we're like, okay, well now year 2, $10. Everyone who's $5 upped it to $10. And then we just said, you know what, fuck it, for $25, $5, all that, you can get the entire 5-second film collection. And then instantly, I think we've got like 200 people now.
Everybody jumped from 10 to 25 like immediately.
Yeah.
And now that we announced during the Streamathon that for $80 we'll give you can get a DVD that we'll send to you and everyone will sign it. And now those are selling out like hotcakes.
A DVD of 5-second films.
A DVD of all of 5-second films, yes. Every single 5-second film.
But we're not giving you can only get a signed DVD. We're not giving out any other DVD. So you either want the DVD and it's going to be signed, or you just get the digital download.
All right.
So we just added that price, and then Brian just added this crazy.
Well, above tiers will get the DVD. It just won't be signed. You know what I mean? Like if someone gave us $500, they're still getting the DVD.
Okay.
But it's only the people who bought that exclusive because we limited it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that anyone who bought those exclusive, like we're only signing 100.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
And so if you bought that exclusive prize, because a lot of people who had upper tiers were like, wait, I don't get 5-second films. The people who donated $80 get 5-second films, and I don't.
Oh yeah.
So we're like, oh no, it's cool, brother. We'll send you the films too. We're already mailing you a Dude Bro DVD. We'll mail you the 5SF DVD as well. But the people who are watching the Streamathon and like hopped on it quick and get the limited one, they get like the autographed by everybody.
Okay.
You know, we pull out the sleeve and sign it with the silver Sharpie and slip it back in and mail it to you.
And Brian and then offering stretch goals, just trying to make it more exciting.
Yeah.
And
yes, Brian dropped a nice stretch goal at the Streamathon.
Was it $225,000?
Yes.
What?
So for $225,000. If our goal is $200,000, but if we exceed that to $225,000, we will continue production of 5-second films for 55 more days, all the way up to Christmas.
Yeah.
So we were gonna end in October of Halloween,
All
our
right.
5-year anniversary. But if we make that goal, we will continue production through Christmas.
That's quite the incentive.
It is quite the incentive because a lot of fans are
That's
freaking
if you can make it as a whole, not if one person donates $225,000.
No, we just need. Yeah, we need to get.
Well, if one person donated $225,000, then we would have hit that. In fact,
All right.
we would exceed that.
All right.